Hey y'all, hey. Today I'd like to discuss one common theme that runs through the movie Sinners and Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour, and that's the theme or the concept of generational wealth. Okay, so I'm going to start with Sinners, right? So dig it. In the first scenes of Sinners, you see the elders reaching back to empower the youth. And so we're talking about Slip, Smoke, and Stack when, as soon as they arrived in Clarksdale, Mississippi, with this concept of putting together a huge party, a juke joint, they immediately reach back and grab the youth. Stack goes and grabs Sammy, his younger cousin, and asks if he would like to make a little money performing in the juke joint, trying to nurture Sammy and groom him to be a man and be self sufficient, right? And something that his biological father should have done. It seems that Sammy's biological father wanted him to be stuck to the cotton fields and the church, which, of course, would have kept him stuck in Clarksdale and not generated any generational wealth. He would have been in the same sharecropping boat that his father and grandfather were in, right? Okay, dig it. So, Smoke, when as soon as he arrives in the downtown area, he knows that he has to get a task done, and so he immediately reaches out to a youth, right? A girl that perhaps he saw growing up, or just some um, youth that looked like she had promise, a teenage girl, and he asked her if she'd like to make a few dollars by watching his truck. Okay, dig it. And he also teaches her about wealth management and enterprise, teaching her about the concept of negotiation, right? And so you'll find that as you go into the store, when Smoke goes in, he finds that the Chinese couple, they already were teaching their daughter about generational wealth by having her work the counter and travel working between the black stores and the white stores. They Chinese couple Bo and Grace, they own one store that catered to whites and one store that catered to blacks in segregated Mississippi. I'm sorry, yeah, Mississippi in 1932. So these this concept in the movie is about reaching back. One of the premises is about reaching back and empowering the youth and passing on generational wealth. Okay, so you see with the Cowboy Carter tour, um, the TikTok community has already deemed Blue Ivy the manager of the entire tour. And that's because Beyonce is grooming her daughter to go in her footsteps, whether as a performer, a dancer, visual artist, whatever. She's grooming her daughter for the business, and also she's grooming Rumi. They are empowering this youth, these two young women, and probably the son too, to participate in the business, right? And eventually inherit all of the wealth. Blue Ivy, I think when she was born, she was already on an album. Blue Ivy already has her own Grammys, right? And she didn't do this on her own. This is her parents, Jay-Z and Beyonce, setting up this foundation for her so she could be successful. And so, I don't know why so many African American families these days are afraid of generational wealth. Like, we don't teach our kids about financial stability and banking and credit scores and saving plans and buying a house. It seems to me we want to talk about everything else except money. And sadly, in a lot of Christian households, wealth is seen as evil. And if someone is rich, they think they must have done the unthinkable to get it. That's not always the case. Okay. Stay tuned for part two. Bye.